According to Darth Maul himself, one of the greatest moments of his life was when he got to engage one of the greatest duelists and Jedi Masters in single combat. The presence of this Jedi Master's Padawan at some points during the duel meant very little to that of Darth Maul, who was so overjoyed at the fact that he had finally met someone that he, at least for a time, considered worthy in lightsaber combat. The individual I am speaking about is Jedi Master Qui-Gon Jinn. And in this video, we'll talk about why the duel between Maul and Qui-Gon was one of the highlights for Darth Maul, and why fighting Qui-Gon Jinn made Darth Maul extremely overjoyed. It is heavily believed that Qui-Gon Jinn, when he first engaged Darth Maul, the two of them were almost completely equal in their skill in lightsaber combat, and it was simply Darth Maul's superior physical prowess that allowed him to ultimately beat out Qui-Gon Jinn. As despite the two of them being equal, the second that Qui-Gon Jinn became tired, Darth Maul gained the upper hand. But again, in all the time before this, it's believed that the two of them were equal. In fact, at one point during the duel, Darth Maul even believed that he would lose, as in his own words, the Force favored the Jedi. The Jedi meets my first blow, blocking it. He has expected my flying maneuver. If an opponent can read you, the fight is over. I don't like that the Jedi was perfectly prepared for my first blow within seconds. I throw away my usual combinations and strategies. This Jedi seems to know how I will move before I even do it. Qui-Gon Jinn had quieted his mind and brought his imposing might to bear against Maul's agility. He had matched Maul's furious strokes with a disciplined intensity all of his own. In the midst of their no-quarter contest, the Jedi had even managed to order the slave boy to flee for safety of the waiting ship, where Maul had nearly forgotten all about the young boy. The Force favored the Jedi, Maul recalled thinking. After all, the droid assassins, gangsters, and soldiers he had vanquished finally a worthy opponent. Not since he had fought and been defeated by his own master Darth Sidious had Maul been so committed to a challenge. We can literally see this play out on screen as Darth Maul and Qui-Gon Jinn go back to back with each other's lightsaber blows. It's clear that for the majority of the duel at least, the two of them are complete equal. It's explained that quite possibly Qui-Gon Jinn is a bit physically stronger than Darth Maul is, as it's explained that Qui-Gon, using the Force to amplify himself, brings his physical strikes to bear, and Darth Maul is only able to counter this using his superior agility against Qui-Gon Jinn, calling his battle with Qui-Gon Jinn the greatest fight he's ever been in since he was handily defeated by his own master Darth Sidious. Unfortunately though, the enemy that defeats all also defeated Qui-Gon Jinn. That enemy being time. Qui-Gon Jinn is simply too aged to keep the battle up with Darth Maul, and according to the official Star Wars encyclopedia, this was Qui-Gon Jinn's fate. Forced to battle the Sith Lord on his own, Qui-Gon was physically unable to compete. A statement not altogether true in fact. Qui-Gon Jinn was completely able to compete for the large majority of the lightsaber duel. It was only after Qui-Gon Jinn became fatigued that Darth Maul gained the upper hand, and it was only at the tail end that the two combatants were no longer equal. But there you have it guys, the eyes of the lightsaber duel between Qui-Gon Jinn and Darth Maul from the mouth of Maul himself, and why he considered Qui-Gon Jinn to be one of the greatest combatants that the Sith Lord had ever faced. But ultimately in the end, why Darth Maul was still able to defeat the aged Jedi Master. But what are your thoughts on this iconic lightsaber duel between the Sith Lord and the Jedi? And despite who actually won the duel, who do you believe was the superior combatant? Thank you guys as always so much for watching. May the Force be with you and have a great day.